And so what's special about a Chinese bamboo tree is that it takes 5 years to grow before you see a sprout. So basically what you need to do is you need to water and fertilize the tree every day for 5 years straight without stopping before you see a sprout. And at the end of the 5 years, it sprouts, and then in the next 6 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. Look it up later. This is a true story. So if you want to grow a bamboo tree and you forget to water and fertilize it, one day, after 2 years, the tree doesn't grow, doesn't sprout. So imagine that, you're laboring for 2 or 3 years, then you take 2 or 3 days off, you don't do it, you don't water it, you don't fertilize it, no more tree after all that hard work. The tree stopped growing. So it's really important to be consistent in how you water and fertilize this tree, because you know you want to reap the reward. At the end of 5 years, in a very short time, within 6 weeks, it's going to grow 90 feet tall. So I've had a lot of people who work for me over the past. Some people that, some people shared, went really great, and sky's the limit, and then other people didn't want to work for me. And other people I let go or they didn't like me. One of them, all of them probably all had the same thing in common on what they said about me. They were going to say I was very demanding. They said I was very fair. But the one thing they'll probably all agree on, and you guys can all agree in this room, is I'm the only guy in the automotive industry in this room that has a 90-foot tree. So, I'm going to help you water and fertilize it today and tell you how to grow your own. Fair comment? All right. So, let's discuss about the automotive industry and some habits you need to grow a bamboo tree. Let's start with you, Darren. What's something that you think you have to do very consistently every single day?
Water.
No, I know that. Now let's use the analogy. It's the automotive business. You have your own bamboo tree in the automotive industry. What is a habit you would need to do?
Generate leads by making calls.
All right. Let's call that database mining. So let's talk about that. It was funny that at the last meeting I did, that was the first thing that came out. I thought that was my hot button, but it's good. Be specific. How do you database mine?
Find customers.
Yeah, look for more. Like, be specific.
Service.
I'm putting you on the spot here. It's okay.
Service leads.
Okay. So he said service leads. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's think about this. Let's think about our bamboo tree here. So at 2 or 3 of the stores here, we have 35 to 40 service appointments coming in every single day. Right? We know that 70% of them are 2 or 3 years old and probably going to be in the market in the next year or 2. So now how are we fertilizing that? Well, we make calls, right? Try and call them ahead of the day. How many of you are in service at 7:30 in the morning helping the service department out, knowing that some of them are going to be looking for a vehicle in 2 years, and making them a coffee or helping them out, maybe giving them a ride? And you're going to say, what? You want me to work an extra hour? Are you crazy? Some of you, friends or have families, I get it. But you single guys, man? I can tell you that to grow my bamboo tree, I had to work more than 40 hours a week. And if I knew that I was going to generate something like my big tree as a salesman and I could start it growing, I was there. I was there trying to stumble into some leads. Because let's just think about it. Let's just say, Chad, you give someone a ride home to their work at 7:45, and they're driving their 218 Kia Sorento. You want to be the person they remember, because they might not be in the market right now. But guess what? They're going to remember you 2 years from now. So Brent, I'll give you an example. Our top salesman in the company, Brent, when I get to Maple Ridge at 7:30 in the morning, he's there. He's there making customers coffee. sells 300 cars a year, makes 30% more than anybody else in this room. His tree's pretty tall. He doesn't want to be in management. He's decided to just be the top salesman in his class. But he's there early. He's there early, and guess what? He has a lot of referrals and repeats. We'll probably go into that. But he's stumbling over 1 or 2 deals from service every single week. He just stumbles through them, guys, because he's there early talking to them at the same time. So that was a good one. Let's go to this table. Here, Jared, what's the way in your analogy of the bamboo tree being in the car business that you need to
have goals
okay?
every day.
Right?
Game plan.
Okay, daily game plan. Okay, that's a big one. So let's just talk about that real quick. Be a little specific. How do you?
Well, you gotta make sure when you come into work, you gotta make sure you know exactly what you're gonna do. Make sure you complete that task at a high level. It could be small things as making sure you follow up, making sure you do your thank you videos, making sure you do everything like that. But if you don't have a map on a road trip, you're gonna get lost. So maybe you got a game plan with your managers, make sure everyone's on the same page, so that they set you up for success every day.
Okay, cool. So, guys, what I can tell you about planning and setting goals is it really needs to start before you get to work, right? So what I do is I generally make sure that I look at my day timer the night before. Okay? So I got a news flash for everybody in the room. Okay? The most successful people in any field do a little bit of work at home. Okay? I don't know any millionaires, and I know a few, that work 40 hours a week or less. I don't know anybody that makes 200K that is making less, or working less than 40 hours a week. Or unhappy if they have to work 50. Because they have a bamboo tree they want to grow. They don't complain, they don't whine to their staff when their manager asks them what to do. It only is reflecting bad on them. They just do it. So the managers in the room, if I ask you to do something, it's because I have a 90-foot tree and I want you to have one too. Do it. The initiatives are for a reason. Right? But what I do is I plan my day before. I look through my day timer, I find it out. Okay? I plan it out the next morning. Okay? I look at it again about 6:15, 6:30, and then I'm at work at 7:30, making sure that I'm planning it, doing everything I need to do, so that when staff get there at 8:30 or 9, I'm bells on. I'm bells on, ready to go. Okay? Now about habits when it comes to daily game plan, we know that you guys have your daily game plans, and the best practice is the manager's supposed to sign them within an hour. We hope that happens. And you guys go through your leads. But it's really more than that. It's really more about being productive and how we're going to make sure we accomplish the most in that day. It's not necessarily just about the hottest leads. So I want you to think about it, because we know, because I sold cars, guys, someone just didn't say, hey, you get to be a dealer principal, you get to be a car owner. I started selling cars. Okay? So I know how it works during the day, but this is what some of your habits are, guys, and this is what I used to have habits like that until I changed a little bit. We know that some of you might not be morning people. We know that some of you are going to dog the first 3 hours of the day. You need to look at yourself and find out which part of the days you're not productive. And then do something about it. Maybe you need to go to sleep earlier. Maybe you need to eat better food. Maybe you need to make a lunch. Whatever it takes, guys. You guys got to decide how to water and fertilize your own bamboo tree. But we're not as productive, let's be honest, some of us, as we could be. Okay, and we're losing part of the day. And what I can tell you is I've trained myself to be really productive when I'm there. I realize that for my family, that I'm going to have to sometimes work out at home. That happens. Just I wanted a 90-foot tree. So guess what? When I was a salesperson, I took leads home. You know why I took leads home, Tanya? Because I figured out that no one answers the phone before 7. That's why. And we close at 6. So I figured out that I had to take my hottest leads home and maybe reach out at them at 7 to 8 o'clock to have a high closing ratio. I figured out how to water and fertilize it properly. I'm not getting on call 50 people, I'm not getting any leads now. I'm not getting any appointments. That's because you're calling them at the wrong time. That's why. Right? That's planning your day. Planning the boiler room and actually being pumped about it. Making sure that, hey, you know what, we're staying late because we know that after work, that's when everyone's going to be home. And everybody wants to do it for them, not me. You're not watering my tree. I want you to water your tree. I want you to want to do it for you, Eric, not for me. I want you to make a thank you video for you, not me. I've already grown a tree. Now I'm trying to help you grow your tree. That's why we're here today. It's because I'm investing my time into helping you grow your tree. So game plans are very important. You want to be able to plan your day and make the most of it, guys. What's another one over here, Sammy? Coach? You coached a few things.
Mentorship.
Pardon me?
Mentorship.
Mentorship? Okay. Be specific.
I'm always asking questions about
Right. So be a student, right?
yeah, why we're doing the things we're doing.
Okay? This is really important in goal setting, guys. If you want to be the best of the best, you know, I read the Kobe Bryant book, I read the Michael Jordan book. You talk about these athletes that want to be the best. And they are constantly trying to learn from other people, constantly trying to learn from the best in their field, and then they're taking that information, they're mastering it. So, we have a lot of processes that I've rolled out, and I think I'm pretty good, because I've been successful, so I want you guys to do them. But there's also people in the room that you can learn from, so that's a really good one. How about you, Michael? How do you water and fertilize your tree?
Know your inventory, know what you're saying.
Okay.
Be excited by your own product. Sell it to yourself first.
This is a really good one, guys. Inventory is really important, or being a master in your field. So like that, in that Michael Jordan book, basically after practice, after everyone else left, took some shots right here. 50 at the end of practice, sometimes 100. Okay? And when he made all 50 in a row, then guess what he did? He moved over here. And he did it from this spot. The exact same thing. Okay? So I'm going to ask you about inventory. Do you know everything that's on the inventory? So I've got to compliment the buy direct guys. When you guys are selling lots of used cars with very little inventory, they obviously know very well how to resource other vehicles and get them from the other dealerships. But let's be honest, you guys have a luxury as used car people in the room, or Hyundai, having 3 other dealerships. If someone comes in on a used vehicle, we have 300 to 500 at Kot Auto Group. Are you looking at that with a high closing ratio, like Michael Jordan that I just talked about, with that 1 minute? Do you think he's looking at that shot saying, geez, I got a 40, 50% chance of making it, give me the ball? Or do you think he says, give me that shot, 100% of the time, I will make it? So when you're with a used car customer, are you looking at it like, I'm going to close this used car customer down every single time because we have 300 used cars? And if we don't have it in stock, we will find one? Are we going into every single used car customer with that sort of mindset and that approach that we will find you a car? Right? No. We have 300 or 400. We have Penticton, we have Buy Direct, we have Kia, we have Maple Ridge, we have Victoria. And guess what? If we don't have it in stock, what my customers like is we can properly select it, we can get it here for you within 72 hours. How would that work? So if I don't have it right now, I will try and find it. Now, just so you know, the ones that I have in stock right now, I can give you a little better deal on because they're right in front of us. But if I have to bring one in, no problem, I'll bring it in. You know, finance people in the rooms. You know, same thing with inventory, but your guys' inventory is the banks. Are you looking at every single credit app saying, I will get this done? Or is your first approach to say, this ain't going nowhere? Do you want the ball with 1 second left and saying, I will make that shot 100% of the time, give me that credit app, let me get it down? Or are you always looking for reasons why you won't make the shot? That's your inventory. The salesman just sold a car. Let him know that you're going to make it 100% of the time, or at least give it 100% of the shots. Right? That's really important, guys, is knowing your stuff. So you got to master your trade. I say it all the time, you got to master your trade. So mastering inventory is really important. Okay, over here, Connor. What's one?
Social media.
Social media. All right. Connor, be specific. Why is social media important to you?
There's two things that stand out to me.
Yeah?
One is to stand out from the competitors.
Yes?
Setting next sales go a long way. It's more
Yeah.
personable.
Yeah?
Gives you a higher closing ratio.
Yeah.
And then secondly, it's just exposure. Facebook
Okay.
videos,
Okay.
people see you.
Okay, and there's one other reason. It's because the guy with the 90-foot tree told you to do it. That's why. He told you to do it because he's grown his tree already, and he knows what it takes to grow yours. You gotta get going on it, guys. You gotta do 3 to 4 posts. Now, how are we gonna do the posts? Well, here's the thing. You're gonna do some on inventory. You're gonna do some on inventory. Okay? And then you're gonna do some videos about yourself. And you're gonna brand yourself personally. And if you do all 3 of those, your closing ratio is going to go up, and you're going to sell more cars. Right? Finance managers, manufacturing your own deals on social media, letting people know. GMs, I want you guys on social media. I want GMs and GSMs doing their own next sell videos. I don't want a GSM asking a salesman to do a video for him. Come on, grow your own tree. I want you in front doing your own video. Right? That's why I bought the little new machines. They're kind of cool, right? Put them on there and you can do everything. Yeah, cool. Good one. How about here, guys? What's one? Eric?
For me, it's working your networking, your own personal networking, your
Nice.
friends, your family. If you're not doing that, how do you tackle the hard stuff, right? So I always focus on my network around me for referrals, leads. They're the easiest ones to get
Yeah.
if you can focus on them.
I mean, referrals are really big, right?
People that trust
So, you know, talking to all your customers, having a system in place, you know, reaching out to them. Do you have them in Outlook? Are you calling them 2 or 3, 4 or 5 times? It's really, really important, guys, to have a system and follow up with your own customers. I know some of the finance managers reach out, they manufacture their own deals. That's a really good idea. Because you know, someone that's a high interest, you can get back within a year and rechange them. So all these little things, guys, okay? It's just one little thing, sprinkle, okay, that's gonna help you guys get to the next level, okay? Timmy, what's one for you?
Always have the end goal in mind.
Okay. Be specific.
Well, then you gotta do the work to make sure that delivery happens. Like you say, just don't give up with a bank, find another bank. No bank's working, try a different vehicle with one of the banks.
Yeah.
Happened to me
Okay, just
yesterday.
exhaust it, right?
Yeah.
Exhaust it, exhaust it, exhaust it.
End goal is always to have the
Okay,
delivery.
cool. Brennan, any for you?
I'd say you have to be passionate and have fun. You have to be passionate
Okay.
what you do.
Passionate, have fun. You guys all dressed up yesterday. You gotta like what you're doing. You know, you really gotta like what you're doing, guys. If you don't like what you're doing, it's gonna be pretty hard to grow a tree. And I said this to a manager the other day. I said, I wanted to share this with him, but like, if you're fertilizing your water and watering your tree for me with resentment, not gonna grow. Fertilize or water your tree for yourself. Okay? That's what I think. You know what I mean? Fertilize and water for yourself. I'm passionate. I love the business. I was here a half hour early. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm excited. You know, I'm 51. I still love going to work. I still get excited when a customer calls me to sell a car. I try and get involved. I get excited about teaching you guys, going to the next level. What really excites me is when I see people grow in my company. And they started with that bamboo tree that didn't pot out, okay? It was underneath the ground. Then I seen the sprout, right? I seen it start to grow, and then it's 10 feet tall, it's 20 feet tall, and that's what really I like, because I remember how they started, where they were at the start. So, passion is pretty good. Jordan, what's one for you?
Organization.
Organization. Be specific.
If you're not organized, you're not going to be successful in my mind, right? You have to be organized. Like for me, inventory, right? So I think inventory is dead. It's going to be used, right? That's just one example. If I don't check it, then we're going to have each pieces.
Okay. Yep. Making sure that, you know, your tasks are written down and getting done, right? It's really important. Okay, Janessa, what's one for you?
Just like a positive attitude every day.
Okay. Sometimes it's hard, right, guys? Sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes there's things that bring us down, right? I have that. You know, it's a constant battle sometimes to stay positive and make sure that we're overcoming objections, make sure we're overcoming things that water us down, make sure that you know, maybe the boss took you off your game, right? All those type of things, right? But you gotta make sure you have the mindset, and hopefully, guys, you have something that you look at that helps you stay positive. You know, I used to listen to a song every day on the way to work that made me feel really good and pump myself up, and it got me in the right frame of mind in the mornings. You know, and then recognizing the things that might take you away from being positive. You know, so right now I'll share with you my kryptonite a little bit is I've been watching a lot of NFL and fantasy, and although it doesn't affect my work, it probably affects my personal life a little bit with my family. So that's something that I know that I got to adjust in my setting. So do you have something that's maybe taking you away from being the best version of yourself? Then you got to kind of look at it. You know what I mean? Maybe you're losing a little bit. Maybe you're not as healthy as you could be. That's taking you away from your game. You know, maybe you're spending too much time on something that's taking you away from being really good. So all these little things, but you guys got to assess it. You got to figure out, you know, what it's going to take to grow that tree yourself as best you can be, right? So, Sammy, what's one for you?
A few. Consistency, I'd say, would be a good one. All those things are great things, but if you do them at a 2 out of 10 level one day and then at a 9 out of 10 level one day.
Yeah. I hope you guys really, I hope the bamboo tree really analogy, I hope you all look it up. Jessica said, is that really true? And she went and looked it up, and then there's some people that said after 5 years, and there's other people that say it grows maybe at 4, but look it up, it's a true story. But I want you to really think about the analogy here, guys. These people water and fertilize the tree every single day for 5 years before they see it sprout. And then on the 5th year, in the next 6 to 8 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall.
I wonder if they figured that out.
I don't know, but think about it for your lives. Think about it for your careers. Sometimes things don't sprout really quick. Sometimes they need more water and fertilizer. Right? So, you know, that's a big one. What kind of time frame do we have?
11.
11? Okay. Connor, what's some?
Staying consistent on the whole process.
Okay.
Following through the process.
Yeah, he said that, consistency, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's following through the process for, if it's with a customer, if it's doing the proper meet and greet, doing the guest sheet, or if it's delivering your car, if it's doing your follow-up through a day.
Yeah.
Following the process that's drawn out for us each day.
I mean, we have a playbook, right? We know it works. We know that if you master it, you're going to have a better closing ratio. These are things, guys, that we know work. And, you know, without dating myself, you know, this is what I did for a living. For 20 years, I went into dealerships. okay? I made it better because I took my system and put it in place, okay? And then we always got a 25 to 50% increase, always, as long as everyone, all the managers, some managers didn't want to follow my system, that's okay. You know, they can go grow their tree their own way, right? It's pretty simple. Other people have cherished under it, but I know what works and I want it done, right? So, you know, and for the most part, I think everybody adopts it, so the playbook works, follow it. If there's something that you don't feel you're executing on part of our system or process, then you have to know enough to go and talk to someone about it and say, hey, you know what, I don't think I'm getting enough test drives, or I don't think that I'm closing this, or, you know, Chad recently came and talked to me about it. All right, there you go. Said, what about this? How do I get better at this? And we had a little talk about a couple things on his bird traps. But you guys, you know, knowing your numbers is a big thing, right? Like, you know, what's my closing ratio at? You know, how many opportunities do I need to get at to hit my goal? What's my closing ratio at? What are the things that help me get a better closing ratio? Like I discussed, Excel videos and social media and all those things. You know, like the next sale video, guys, just talking about that part of the process is something we just kind of launched, and people are resistant to change. They don't want to do it. But let's just think about it. A customer came in our dealership for service. You guys are service people, you're giving them a service. And they looked at a vehicle. And then they probably, most likely, either went and searched for things online, or they went to another dealership, another competitor. And then our manager or our salesperson are going to send them a video personalizing their visit with us and thanking them for it. How is that not going to get you a better closing ratio if you did it every single time? But you wanted to do it for yourself, not for me. Not because, hey, John's going to check the lead report. Because you actually knew that it was going to be better for you. I have a feeling you probably put a little bit better positivity in the video if you did it for yourself. I think the customers would probably see that it was a little bit more sincere. And you know what? I've seen a lot of people reach out. I've had lots of people reach out to me and say, you know what, John? The reason why I bought the car is because Eric sent me a video. And, you know, I'm just using it as an example, but I've had people reach out and said the salesperson's name and said, hey, the reason why I bought the car is I just thought that was a really nice touch. I was dealing with Toyota. And I just thought that he took the time. He took the time to send me a video, or another person said, I bought a finance manager at your store because I got a quick video about how the interest rate worked. You know, the how-tos, guys. Imagine if you had someone that wanted to get on the link, what's the Hyundai? Blue. People don't know how to do it. What if you had your own personalized little video on how to do it? And then when one of your customers asked you, you said, no problem, I got a how-to link for you. Here it is. I got my own library set up. Let's go on to the next level. We have people that'll help you edit. If you're not good at editing, you have to send them, you have to be creative, you can send them a completely unedited video. And Brad or Victoria from Maple Ridge will edit it to you and get it back to you within one day. That's their jobs. So don't think it's all on you guys. I'm trying to give you the resources. If you got a rough video and you don't like it, you don't know, and you're not sure how to edit, there's software programs. If anyone comes in to my company and says, hey, can I get the software video for my phone, an app, it costs $49, I haven't disapproved anyone yet. That to me goes under this person's trying to fertilize their own tree and I'd like to participate with them. I haven't had anybody ask me if they wanted some edit or wanted to spend on an app to help them improve themselves in our company, and I've turned them down. I haven't turned down one. So there's lots of things that you guys can do. Come to me, give me ideas, we'll do them, right? So that was a good one. Okay, we're gonna wrap up the meeting real quick. Damien, haven't asked you yet. What's something?
Covered most of them, but I just say
Okay.
for the 90% of it.
Okay, nice. Okay, let's just get some takeaways. and then we'll be out of here. Chad, what are some takeaways today?
Well, takeaways, if I could just add one before takeaway, I think managing your own expectations really helps you develop. If you go into work every day saying, I'm going to sell 3 cars, you set yourself up for a little disappointment or messes with your mindset. So if you really just manage your expectations, you can grow a little faster.
Okay. Jovan, what's the takeaway?
I'd like to add one too as well. I think the Kot Auto Group is a very process-oriented company, and being consistent on the process and doing the process really, really well.
Okay. Okay, Connor, what's the takeaway from today's meeting?
The analogy really sunk in. So, you know, when you mentioned to us how you want us to grow our tree, I sometimes need to reset and have the same mentality for my sales team.
Okay, Janessa, what's the takeaway?
I don't know, just sounds and just making sure that you're doing everything to the full potential that you have, okay?
Okay, Yana?
Go out of your comfort zone and just like pick a few of those things and just work on them, even if it's maybe
Okay.
uncomfortable.
Thanks for sharing. Tim?
I'm gonna work and work.
Nice. I like it. Over here? Sure.
Just a little bit about everything, but as you follow us, do a good job.
Okay. Good, Carrie, what's the takeaway from today's meeting?
Working from home, because I do a lot of night stuff, right, even with finance customers, right, so working from home is just, it just puts you over the edge, it really is for us.
Okay. Tanya, what's the takeaway?
Resetting daily
Yeah.
or reset after you have like
Okay.
a hard deal or a negative customer.
Okay.
Just keep your mind always positive.
Okay. Eric, what's the takeaway?
Well, mentioning leads in the evenings, that's something I've always pushed for. Right? That's
Yeah.
the time you talk is from 6 to 10, I'm sure you guys have heard me say it before. I just gotta spend more time doing it, because I know it's been successful for me in the
Yeah.
past.
Okay, awesome.
I'm gonna focus on that.
Go ahead.
High energy all the time, that helps for sure.
Nice, Rob.
Habits and rituals, and consistency, doing the same thing every single day, just like the compound effect, right, where you want to do the same things every single day, and you're not going to see results on the first day, but 5 years down the road,
Yeah.
you know, so just
Good.
stay consistent.
Good, thanks for sharing that. Karen, what's the takeaway from today?
Takeaway from this today, just having a well-balanced routine. You know, if you have to make some minor adjustments, then do so, just as long as you're consistent, and you'll be successful.
Doing the little things, you know, they add up over time. I think being consistent that way does go a long way. But also the thing you said about me, you know, coming in every day to work rather than being 10 one day and 5 the next, it's important.
Okay. Jordan?
Kind of just that you can always improve, right? I mean, for how big you are, if you're really good, you can always get better. There's always better people out there that work harder and are better at their problem. So, you're just kind of getting back to the mindset that, you know, you can do more and that you're not as good as you think you are.
Okay. Shelley?
I'd say for like what part of the day you're kind of not giving it 100%, like yeah, that there's other kind of allergies there.
Yeah.
This part, maybe you're feeling off a little.
Nice. I mean, sports teams have first, second, and third periods, right? But a lot of times the coach doesn't even go inside them. The players need to figure that out, how they did on the first period themselves. Anybody that's played sports. Coach may come in for 20, 30 seconds, but he's really wanting them to get their minds right. Right? So you guys gotta have first, second, and third periods. You can still finish strong. Even if you had a bad 6 hours in a day, you can still finish strong and say, you know what? I didn't have a really productive day, but from 4 to 6, I'm going to nail it and get myself a really good appointment for tomorrow, right? So that's a good one. Kevin?
Post attitude. The people in this room that take these words to heart are all successful workers.
Yep. Nice. Yourself?
Product knowledge and inventory.
Okay.
Really, really important with understanding what you're selling and really enjoy it.
Okay. I like it.
I'm gonna water my tree because I want to, not because you want me to.
Nice. That's a good one. Do it for yourself, guys. Chad?
Just to identify your soft spots or weak spots, just really focus on that, and then learn how to improve on it. Make it like that.
I like it.
Our social media,
Nice.
using that tool, so.
Cool. Sammy, takeaways?
Yeah, do it for yourself.
Okay. Naz?
Yeah, just implement old habits, water, nurture them. From there, you'll keep
growing and they'll be able to find back to customers.
Good, Connor?
For the inventory, not just your own, but knowing what's coming out of the other stores, being able to mine those customers of yours and exhausting them full bill.
Nice. Coach?
You've obviously invested in us, it's probably time for us to invest in ourselves.
Yeah, like it. Stacks?
Just to add to that list, an example of Michael Jordan, people would question during his reign, he wasn't much without Scottie Pippen or Dennis Rodman. Is there someone that can be there to water your tree when you're not there? What I mean by that is, do you have a number one, number two guy that you can rely on when you can't be there? Manager that you go to when you need something done? Finance manager that you go to?
And the other thing, guys, too, is most of you probably have someone that actually influences you too. Like I have my own muse, which is Trina, right? She was able to like help me and give me some pointers, you know, when I had a bad day or keep me on the right page and support me through all these things. So hopefully you have someone as well that you can bounce things off of, right? Whether it's a family friend, your wife, or a colleague at work. That's really important too sometimes, right? Like Trina helps me with a lot of decisions in the company. But because I need someone to bounce it off, and you know, sometimes I'll be frustrated about this type of person that she might give me some insight on. Okay, well, what about this? What about this other stuff, right? So it's good that you have some influencers for sure that help you. You know, quite honestly, guys, I had a life coach for a while. I had someone that, you know, helped me mentally deal with the stress and deal with how to keep, like, you'll find that the most successful people are laser focused. And, you know, without dating myself, any of you that have seen or talked to me about something when I need to find out an answer, like move aside, because I'm going to find it out. Okay? You know, I'm so focused on finding out that information that I honestly can't even function as a person until it happens. So my managers, hopefully they figured that out. That if I say, hey, what's going on in this? Then I ask you a second time within 10 minutes, excuse me. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Because I'm so focused on it that I need to know, right? Okay, so focus and having an influencer. Yourself?
Know your stuff, you know.
Yeah.
The thing is, what I love about the company is the leadership, the support, you know. I think that we have a really solid team, and just like Sean said, you know, we're there for everybody, and just know the process inside and out. And
Nice.
go there to work, exactly what Tim said. I'm laser focused on my family.
Okay.
Nothing else matters.
All right, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this meeting. I know some of you probably, go ahead, Eric.
Sorry, I just noticed someone was left out of the room, and I can just stop
Who was that?
face. Mr. Keith Richards.
Oh, sorry.
He would like to put something here.
Keith, I didn't mean to miss your person. What's your takeaway?
We'd love to hear about it.
What's your takeaway? Keep watering.
Literally, you do in the summer for us all the time.
You know, guys, in closing, hopefully that you guys weren't scared about this meeting. Hopefully you guys leave this meeting and decide that anytime that you can spend time with the president of the company, you should be doing it without hesitation. Hopefully you got a few takeaways. And I'm quite honestly, there's nobody in this room that I don't want to have an industry. There's nobody that I don't want on my team. I take a lot of pride in running my company. Like it's a big sports team, and I want to win. So I want guys that are on my team that want to have that same passion and same desire to win. Winning might be customer experience, winning might be profits, winning might be amount of deals, winning might be a lot of things. But I want to win at the things we do, I hope you guys want to win. And you know what? My door's open. So, you know, if you're having a bad day, or if you're having, you're just not going right, and your manager and you aren't clicking, or you went in a bit of a slump, just call me, text me. My cell number's in the directory. And just say, hey, you got 5 minutes, and I'll make 5 minutes for you. But let's make sure we don't stop watering and fertilizing our tree, so that it doesn't, so you have to start over. Because that's what happens. If you stop watering and fertilizing it, like this bamboo tree, so then you might do it for 2 years, you stop, and then they got to start over again, the tree died. And you got to start over. No one likes to start over, Sam. No one likes to start over, guys. So let's keep it going, let's be consistent, okay? Anyway, you guys have a great day. Okay.